Hey, Cowboys Nation! Today, we are diving deep into the dynamics shaping the Dallas Cowboys offensive line, a topic that has become increasingly significant as the season unfolds. The spotlight is on Tyler Smith, whose role at left tackle has been a subject of intense discussion among fans and analysts alike. While some anticipated a move back inside to guard, the decision has been made for Smith to remain at left tackle, a choice that carries ripple effects across the entire line. The implications of this move are both immediate and long-term, affecting not just the performance on the field this season, but also the trajectory of several key players as the Cowboys look toward 2026. The balance between short-term necessity and future planning is delicate, and every adjustment comes with consequences that extend far beyond a single snap or a single game. The current situation arose after Tyler Gayton suffered a high ankle sprain, an injury projected to sideline him for at least 4 to 6 weeks. This timeline makes his availability for Week 17 highly unlikely, leaving Smith as the natural candidate to handle left tackle duties. But the story doesn't end there. Once Gayton returns, the team faces critical questions about positioning. There is speculation that he could take on a swing tackle role, offering the coaching staff flexibility to shift linemen based on matchups, health, and strategic priorities. This approach could influence Terrence Steele's standing within the lineup, as well as the overall cohesion of the offensive front. Coaches must weigh these choices carefully, understanding that any misalignment could compromise protection for Dak Prescott or limit the efficiency of the running game. Tyler Smith has proven himself capable at left tackle, yet many experts argue his most effective position remains at guard. His technique, strength, and football instincts are ideally suited for the interior, where he can anchor against immediate pressure and create a more consistent pocket for Prescott to operate when linemen are forced into roles that stretch their natural skill set. The result can be costly mistakes, penalties, and increased pressure on the quarterback all become more likely. This short-term solution of keeping Smith at tackle solves one problem, but introduces another. Does it truly serve the long-term interests of the team? Offensive line decisions are rarely simple, as demonstrated by Gayton's situation. Before his injury, Gayton had been trending toward elite performance at left tackle. His recent games showcase both reliability and growth, suggesting he was approaching top-tier play. Moving him to a swing role or to right tackle may seem counterintuitive given his performance. Yet the potential flexibility allows the team to experiment with line configurations, provide younger players with critical experience, and balance contract and salary considerations at the same time. Smith's positioning could influence his own contract outlook, positioning him as one of the premier guards, while modifying expectations for tackle responsibilities. The interplay between performance, health, and strategic roster management is intricate, requiring careful planning by the coaching staff. Terrence Steele is another critical factor in this equation. While he has shown moments of competence, his overall development appears to have plateaued, with ongoing vulnerabilities, particularly in pass protection. This uncertainty amplifies the importance of Smith and Gayton's roles. Establishing a stable foundation along the offensive line is essential not only for this season, but also for 2026. Ensuring that Prescott can operate without undue pressure, fans have engaged vigorously with these discussions. Weighing immediate necessity against long-term strategy, opinions are divided, with some advocating for a short-term fix, and others emphasizing the importance of long-term player optimization. Data supports the notion that Smith's skills are optimized for guard. His ability to manage interior defenders and contribute to both pass protection and run blocking aligns with his natural strengths. Meanwhile, Gayton's experience and instincts at left tackle have been refined over time, making him a reliable presence when healthy. Shifting him into a swing role introduces variables that could disrupt his rhythm and effectiveness. Even so, the Cowboys appear willing to explore these possibilities, balancing health, skill sets, and roster management for the remainder of the season. Smith is expected to maintain his role at left tackle, covering for Gayton during his recovery. TJ Bass has been rotated into the left guard position over Nathan Thomas, adding consistency to both pass and run protection. Bass has displayed flashes of reliability, though challenges remain in countering speed rushers and chaotic defensive fronts. The combination of Smith and Bass on the left side is under close observation, with coaches seeking the lineup that maximizes protection, efficiency, and offensive rhythm. Many still believe that Smith's long-term ideal position may be at guard, reinforcing the ongoing debate about whether the Cowboys are addressing immediate gaps or optimizing for the future, looking ahead to 2026. The stakes of these decisions become even clearer. Every choice now affects the development of younger linemen, the progression of veterans, and the overall continuity of the offensive front. If Smith excels at tackle in the short term, the Cowboys may opt to keep him there longer than anticipated, potentially delaying Gayton's natural positioning or other adjustments within the line. Conversely, exposing weaknesses could accelerate positional changes or off-season acquisitions. This makes each remaining game of the current season crucial for gathering insights, evaluating player performance, and laying the groundwork for long-term success. Fan perspectives are diverse. Some argue that Smith's role at left tackle is a pragmatic response to injuries and depth concerns, a necessary adjustment to maintain offensive stability. Others believe prioritizing long-term development is essential, even if it necessitates temporary line shuffles. The tension between immediate performance and strategic foresight fuels ongoing debate. As each decision carries both risk and reward, offensive line composition influences the run game, quarterback confidence, and overall offensive efficiency. Missteps or mismatches can ripple through the offense, stalling drives, surrendering yards, or exposing Prescott to unnecessary pressure. The discussion extends beyond Smith and Gayton. Steele's plateau and Base's emerging role intersect with the broader strategy, shaping how the Cowboys plan for both the present and the future. Evaluating Gayton's return, timeline, Smith's performance, and line configurations becomes a high-stakes chess match where every move influences outcomes. The coaching staff must anticipate not only immediate matchups, but also long-term developmental trajectories. Balancing the dual priorities of health and performance, Gayton's high ankle sprain has sidelined him, creating uncertainty about his optimal role upon return. Should he resume left tackle duties or shift to right tackle as a swing option? This decision directly affects Smith, Steele, and the overall line chemistry. Gayton has demonstrated the ability to perform at a high level consistently, with precise footwork and instincts that make him a dependable asset. However, moving him introduces complexity, potentially affecting timing and effectiveness in crucial plays. Meanwhile, Steele's limitations heighten the pressure to determine a stable configuration that protects Prescott and supports offensive efficiency. Analysts emphasize that while Smith can perform adequately at tackle, his natural aptitude is for guard. Playing inside allows him to leverage his strength, technique, and vision to open lanes and provide consistent protection against interior rushers. Prescott benefits from structured and predictable protection directly in front of him. Rather than facing unpredictable edge pressure, the coaching staff must weigh short-term coverage needs against the potential compromise of peak performance and long-term development. T.J. Bass has emerged as a key contributor on the left side, filling the gap at guard. He shows capability in initial contact and blocking for both run and pass plays, though refinement is still needed against aggressive defenses. Pairing Bass with Smith allows the Cowboys to test line combinations while navigating injuries, roster considerations, and performance evaluations. The ongoing experiments will inform the decisions that shape 2026 and beyond. Every decision made now has cascading effects. Line performance impacts running lanes, quarterback timing, and offensive rhythm. Injuries, recovery, and positional shifts all require careful assessment. Smith, Gayton, Steele, Bass, and the wider offensive line represent interconnected pieces in a complex puzzle, with each piece influencing the team's ability to compete at a high level. For Prescott, the stakes are significant. A cohesive and strategically aligned line is essential for executing plays, stepping up in the pocket, and maintaining offensive consistency. The Cowboys' offensive line situation remains one of the most critical narratives of the season. Smith's temporary role at left tackle, Gayton's potential swing responsibilities, Steele's plateau, and Base's developmental growth all intersect to shape the team's strategy. Decisions made now will influence not only the remainder of this season, but also the planning and positioning for 2026, underscoring the importance of tactical foresight, adaptability, and precise evaluation of player strengths and weaknesses. Fans and analysts will continue debating every move, as the outcomes have lasting consequences for Dak Prescott's protection, offensive efficiency, and the team's overall success. As we continue to dissect the Cowboys' offensive line situation, the broader implications become even more apparent. The challenge is not simply about filling gaps. It is about building a unit capable of sustaining high-level performance over multiple seasons. while managing injuries, contracts, and player development. Tyler Smith's temporary tenure at left tackle is just one piece of this complex puzzle, but it sets the tone for how the coaching staff approaches each decision moving forward. Every snap, every alignment adjustment, and every rotation of linemen is a test of strategy, communication, and adaptability. The line is the foundation of the offense, and its configuration determines how effectively Dak Prescott can orchestrate plays, evade pressure, and execute both the passing and running games efficiently. Tyler Gayton's recovery timeline continues to dominate conversations as he inches closer to full health. The question is whether his role should revert entirely to left tackle or adapt to a swing role that allows the team to optimize depth and versatility. Gayton has spent years refining his craft at left tackle, mastering footwork, hand placement, and spatial awareness to neutralize elite edge rushers. His ability to read defensive alignments and adjust in real time makes him an asset in high-pressure situations. However, introducing a swing role for him could disrupt the rhythm he has built, forcing him into unfamiliar patterns and potentially affecting overall line cohesion. Coaches must weigh the benefits of flexibility against the potential risk of reducing individual performance and creating inconsistencies across the line. Terrence Steele's trajectory adds another layer of complexity. Despite flashes of competence, Steele's growth has stalled, particularly in terms of pass protection against top-tier defenders. His current performance ceiling raises concerns about long-term stability along the offensive front. The Cowboys are therefore in a position where the decisions surrounding Smith and Gayton are magnified. Establishing a core set of linemen who can consistently protect Prescott and provide reliable running lanes is critical. Every adjustment in position or rotation has downstream effects, influencing not only immediate game outcomes, but also the strategic planning for 2026 and beyond. Smith's performance metrics further emphasize the nuances of offensive line strategy. While capable at left tackle, his strengths power, technique, and vision align more naturally with interior line play. At guard, Smith can control matchups against interior rushers, maintain structural integrity in the pocket, and create optimal running lanes when stretched to tackle. He faces different challenges: quicker edge rushers, wider angles, and more isolated matchups that test agility and lateral movement. These demands require adaptation, which may come at the cost of peak performance. Maintaining Smith at tackle provides a short-term fix, but the long-term effects on both his development and the overall line composition remain a concern. Meanwhile, TJ Bass's emergence has added a new dimension to the left side rotation. His ability to engage defenders in both pass protection and run blocking provides a stabilizing influence alongside Smith. However, Bass's performance is not without areas for improvement, particularly in chaotic pass rush scenarios where timing and positioning are critical. Coaches are closely monitoring his progression, balancing the immediate need for stability against the longer-term goal of developing a cohesive and reliable offensive line unit. The interplay between Smith and Bass exemplifies the challenges of managing talent, injuries, and strategic experimentation within a single season. Before we roll on, subscribe to Cowboys Wire News, drop a like, and turn on the bell. Your support keeps the Dallas Cowboys updates coming. Tell us what you think in the comments. In a move that could shake up the NFL landscape, rumors are swirling that the Dallas Cowboys are making a bold push to bring Christian McCaffrey into their backfield. Sources close to the organization suggest that the team is exploring every avenue to secure one of the most dynamic running backs in the league, potentially reshaping their offensive identity in ways fans have only dreamed about. McCaffrey, known for his unmatched versatility as both a runner and receiver, could offer Dallas a weapon that transforms their offense into a constant threat on every down. The Cowboys have long been searching for a true workhorse in the backfield, someone capable of carrying the load while also keeping defenses off balance. McCaffrey fits that description perfectly. With his elite vision, speed, and hands out of the backfield, he could provide quarterback playmakers with the freedom to stretch the field, opening up new dimensions in the passing game while maintaining a powerful ground attack. The speculation is that Dallas sees him as the missing piece to finally elevate the offense into elite territory. Industry insiders are pointing to the Cowboys' recent moves as a clear signal of intent, from bolstering the offensive line to creating space in the salary cap. Everything seems to align with the possibility of bringing in a player of McCaffrey's caliber. Imagine the potential of pairing him with the existing stars on the roster. Suddenly, defenses would have to prepare for the full spectrum of offensive threats, turning every play into a chess match. Of course, no deal is confirmed, and the logistics of acquiring a player of McCaffrey's profile are complex. The Cowboys would need to navigate cap space, draft picks, and the intricate balance of a roster that already features top-tier talent. Yet, the buzz around the league is undeniable. If Dallas succeeds, the backfield could become one of the most feared units in football history. A blend of power, agility, and creativity that could dominate defenses week in and week out. Fans are already imagining the highlight reels, McCaffrey slicing through linebackers, catching passes in space, and turning short gains into explosive plays. The mere possibility of this addition has reignited excitement around the franchise, suggesting that the Cowboys are willing to chase a superstar to redefine their offensive identity. While speculation remains, one thing is clear: Christian McCaffrey and Dallas would be a storyline that football fans cannot ignore. That's a wrap from Cowboys Wire News. For breaking Cowboys updates, subscribe, drop a like, and turn on the bell. Tell us your take in the comments.